Still sleepy.
All right.
Hoodie season.
Let's do this. We going live. We live. All right, y'all. Okay, so welcome to another episode of Growing with Gaming. It's your girl, LADYFOXFIRE. So this week is pretty special. You know, we're having the Hispanic Heritage Month, and so we decided to kick it off with some of our favorite content creators and people we just play games with. And so, so go ahead and introduce yourselves. I guess I'll start with you, Foxy. You know, we're kind of familiar with you around here, but go ahead.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm back in the podcast scene, and you know I had to come through here first before anybody else.
Appreciate that.
And see the ladies. So yeah, anybody can call me Fox, but obviously if you see my content anywhere, it's under LadyFoxFire. Mm-hmm. Also, last night, got a new site, LadyFoxFire.com.
Oh,
if you want all my links, I did that special just for you guys too. But from there, I'm gonna have it grow and add more stuff.
I see that.
But it's nice being here.
Right now. Yeah, so you got the 1 point. Well, you got
coming back. You know,
over 1,000. You know.
Big. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw that. The 1.7.
But yeah, it's nice being here with all of you. I can't wait to talk about this stuff and everybody in the chat. What's up?
Yep. All right, go ahead, Red. Say what's up.
What is up, y'all? Missed y'all. It's REDINFAMY, your master geektress. Been under the weather for some time, but I'm trying to get better. But I'm just happy to be around y'all and talk some gaming topics this week.
Oh yeah. All right, and SHADDAI.
Well, this is your compatriot, Eternal SHADDAI. Actually, I've been for quite some time waiting for this invitation, which I'm very, is very flattering, and I'm looking forward to talk with you, with the ladies about gaming.
Yes. All right, so let's go on and get to the usual suspects. I already introduced myself, so go ahead, Boogie. You're muted.
Damn.
I love that, Mike. I'm kidding.
Hilarious. It's like work, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, it's LBOOGIE 208. Thanks everybody for coming. I can't wait to chop it up with our guests. Pretty excited. Glad that we were able to get you guys on so we could talk about Hispanic Heritage Month and what that means in the game industry and in our regular shenanigans. So welcome. Sure.
And last but definitely not least, Lady, what's up?
Good morning, everyone. You already know what it is. Me, Lady Infamous 415. Shout out to CHAREECE. She's somewhere in Dollywood right now. She said she was gonna hold down the chat. We're gonna see if she's gonna actually hold down the chat.
Right.
But we miss you.
It's gonna be crazy in there.
I would assume so. And just thank you for everyone that showed up this morning. And let's get to these topics. And I'm excited to hear what our guests have to say today.
Yeah, and so normally I would go into like what you've been playing and whatnot, but since the panel is so big, I save that to the end if we get to it. And let's just jump on these topics. Now I got some questions for you all. So I'm just gonna ask these. I'm gonna go down the line here. How was it growing up in a Latino household while playing video games? And so you can kind of go into that and talk about some misconceptions of being a Latino gamer. And how do you feel the video game developers are doing as far as portraying the Latino culture? And I'll let you all just kind of elaborate a little bit on that. I'll start with you, Red, since like the order is changed on my screen. So.
That's fine. I mean, growing up, especially like in New York City, I was able to have culture all around me. So, and then with video games, like from my grandmother to my mom, like especially my father is who introduced me to video games. So it wasn't taboo in my household at all. It wasn't taboo. It did get competitive when it needs to get competitive. We all just competitive nature. To focus more like on the gaming industry as a whole. The one thing I say this, and this is across all industries, is that there just needs to be more of just one face when you speak of Hispanic or, Latino. a lot of times we only see the white passing get celebrated. And we don't see people that look like me, that look like Lady, that are Afro-Latinas, you know, Afro-Latinos. We don't get to see that a lot. And the misconception of that, and even if you don't speak, remember I had this person wanted to troll me on Twitter recently because I don't fluently speak Spanish. I'm not so-called, you know, a Latino or whatever. I'm so-called not Hispanic. And I was like, well, you need to know the differences even between the two and even what those words even mean. So yeah, as far as like our culture, we never get our Afro-Latin culture a lot of times does not get portrayed. And that's why when we see Miles Morales,
right, yeah,
you know, in a game, and he's a superhero, he already has a following because of being a comic superhero. But we want to see more stories like that told that has nothing to do with comics, that is just accepted, that it's a normal thing to be, you know, a Hispanic, to be Afro-Latin, not that, oh, is this a unicorn coming out? I'm like, do you know how the countries look?
Right.
Like when you go there, do you know how I look?
Like,
you know how Cuba look?
Outside of your bubble,
like,
I
know. Yeah. I'm like, in our, you know, our descendants, I mean, our ancestors are the ones who made a lot of the culture. So I just want that to be portrayed more, especially there's a lot of Afro-Latin developers, but you wouldn't know because no one is putting them on the forefront. And a lot of people, the term Afro-Latin is something new too. So yeah, I just want that just to be portrayed more in the industry, portrayed. I love what I'm seeing with the whole diaspora of it. And I just wanted to, you know, be seen and shown more.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Fox, I'm gonna go to you. What do you have to say on the topic as far as growing up in culture and misconception of being a Latino gamer? A lot of people may not know that about you, but
yeah, I was gonna touch on that a little bit. But what she was saying was definitely like, well said. I have so many different kind of people within my family, different colors, different shapes. We talk different languages as well, so not only Spanish and English. So like, because I'm mixed a little bit with Italian, people just think I'm white, and because I'm albino, people just assume that I'm like white or Canadian or something like that, and it just always throws me off. But yes, I am Hispanic. Yo hablo español. Yo soy de Puerto Rico. I was born in San Juan. I can bust out that Spanish once in a while because I was born there. And then I came over here in Miami when I was like 7 or so years old. So growing up gaming with my family, like in Puerto Rico, the first thing I touched was the Nintendo, and I was playing Duck Hunt. And yeah, there is that language barrier because I didn't know what the games were saying or like what's happening on the screen. I had to learn as I went. I played the Atari, which really, you don't really need like instructions or to read anything much more than just to play Pong and stuff like that. It was more simple. But as I grew, as I got older, as I grabbed the Sega Genesis, I had to learn the language as I played. I had to figure out like what these were and what, like, how did they make the screen move and me interact with it? So there were so many things happening with me learning English and learning about video games. It was like a giant, like, mind blown type of situation for me. And then from there, like, my mom embraced it. We would play video games together with my mom or with my brothers. And when we came over here, it just increased. That just grew even more. And so obviously, like, as I learned English and everything, I started communicating with kids in school, and I was telling them that's what I liked. And they were like, what? They got video games where you came from in your island? In your country? And I'm like, what do you mean my country? I'm from this country.
They made you sound like you was from way.
What planet are you from? Yeah. I'm over here like, what you mean? But yeah, like, I love video games. I love seeing the representation from either sides. whether it's Hispanics on the video games, whether it's blacks on the video games, whether it's gay, representation in the video games. I love seeing all that stuff, and I see that happening more and more this last generation, more so than before that.
Oh yeah, it's definitely more at the forefront of it. You know what I mean? So anything else you want to add before I jump to El Shaddai?
No, go ahead.
All right,
Dale, mano.
You got it.
And the thing is that you actually mentioned the title of the game. That's where I got it from.
I know. That's why I mentioned like
That's where I got it from. Nice one. I give you credit for that one. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for me, first of all, thank you for the invitation. It's very special to me. Especially I'm surrounded. I don't pay no mind, especially when it comes to racism, because I know this is more of a Spanish heritage. For me, I consider everybody pretty much Hispanic, because Hispanic as a whole is a mixture of everything. If you give it a thought, if you look into the background, it's a mixture of everything. So as a Latino, I'm with LADYFOXFIRE. Like every bit of it. The difference is she came when she was 7 and I came to the United States when I was 11. That's what makes it so different. I have been into gaming when I was pretty much 11, the same as LADYFOXFIRE.
No, I was 6, buddy. I was 6. I was younger. No.
I said I got years on you, okay?
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Respect it.
So the only thing that I've been playing is NES. Usually I've been visiting my friends. I've been playing. That was the first time I touched Tecmo Ball and I started learning the American football. And since then, I haven't touched anything until I arrived in the United States. That's when, when you grow up and your first job, the first thing that you're going to say is, finally, I don't have to depend on my parents to buy now. I could buy anything. And my first actually console was the first PlayStation. And, that's when technology actually advances. I start liking Resident Evil.
The stories. They got
the stories. That. Then my friend started letting me borrow his N64 with Ocarina of Time.
Best game. That's in my top.
Yeah, so I'm like, have you played this? I'm like, no, I came pretty much to the game, to the gaming a little bit late. Like, you're dumb, bro. Here, give it to me when you're done. I'm like, oh, yeah, but this is no, don't care. Finish it. So I'm like, okay, fine.
You just a small plug. CHAREECE has skipped the entire 64 generation. Like she didn't touch anything on this entire system.
Did you even play
Wait a minute.
Not even at friend's house?
No.
Yeah.
I remember she said that a couple of weeks ago.
Wait a minute.
What?
Yeah.
I grew up a Sega girl, and then but I still had a Nintendo 64. Like I wanted a Nintendo 64. I have to talk to her.
Wait.
Oh yeah.
I could say I'm somewhat similar to her because I never bought one for myself. I was borrowed.
She went to a friend house at least. Like you actually.
No. Wait. No, it was backwards because it's until he was like, here you go. But I'm talking about like a system for myself. Like I could say, yo, this is mine.
The game.
You touched it.
You're right.
Fine. You got it.
I agree. You have to at least touch it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I thought it was more of an only.
She didn't caress nothing. She didn't caress nothing.
She don't like
of the N64.
Like for real, Ocarina of Time. She's like, what's that? Like what?
She don't know about that one analog stick though.
Wait. Let's put it this way. Does she have a Switch?
Yeah. She got a
okay.
Now
she's back to Nintendo. She's back to Nintendo.
But she don't really play it. She only plays the games we play with us type of thing. Although
like Mario Kart.
Multiplayer
games. Yeah. Right.
Dang, y'all got her whole resume. Let me shut up.
We know each other though. We know
She's not
each
even
other,
here.
Yeah. Right. Well, that's what happens when you're not here.
I know she got to be on the chat somewhere. So
yeah.
Man, she out here in Dolly.
So I know Red touched on it a little bit, but do you feel like, I know Foxy, you really didn't go into it too much either, but do you all feel like the developers are doing enough as far as representation just to kind of bring it back? Like, do you think there's enough? Because I mean, we saw Miles Morales, but what's outside of like Gears with Dom? Like, I don't know. And also Kate from
I was gonna say Kate's family as well.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess there's a little bit, but is it enough though?
I think to a certain extent they could do only so much because they have to have developers that could also interpret that, express that, write that in properly without it just being like, wait, you out here just writing about Hispanic gangsters or Mexican gangsters. That's not how it works, or anything like that.
I mean, that is how it works, right?
Well, maybe it was like that.
People saw, hey, a new Grand Theft Auto Puerto Rico edition trying to be all ghetto. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it could be like that to a certain extent because, there's somewhat of that. And just like there was somewhat of like Italian mafia, like I know about that stuff too, but it don't mean that that's all it is, you know?
Yeah, so you gotta get the consults. Like you have to get the consultants for it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. When they could write it in properly, when it makes sense, when they also have experience and they could put a little touch of sazon, they put a little bit of flavor in there.
Flavor. That cannot be missed.
That's what
orange
they
packs. Or the green packs.
What trips me out is that they will hire consultants for Call of Duty.
Yeah.
For Battlefield.
Say that.
But why aren't you guys hiring consultants when you have to portray?
There's no excuse. There's no excuse. Because like Spider-Man, they got consultants and they got devs to help as well. That's why it feels so familiar. When he said Taper. When she was like, yo, try and see, I was like, yo, this is so New York. So like try to like, find a barber. There's authenticity in there. You could get people. It's just like what Rainbow Six recently did with one of the native tribes. You can get those people to come in and represent so things could be represented correctly. There's so much no excuse anymore. We're in 2020. There's so many different people that you can pull from. Oh yeah, 2021. I'm still stuck. This shit still didn't stop. But yeah, like I was blown away when she was like, go and find your favorite barber, a hoop or something, a basketball court, your favorite, so you can get in with the community. And I was like, that is something that a lot of people do in New York City when they move from one hood to another. Like, you gotta find everything gotta be right. The right Dominican hair salon. Like, you gotta make sure you get the right, courts or something, or people you want to be around. So I was like, wow, they got that. They had to find somebody from New York on, to be a part of a team or whatever, just to have that essence in there. And it felt very convincing. It didn't feel like it was forced. So when you have the right people on your team, just like what Boogie was saying, they'll consult for some soldiers or something on Battlefield and Call of Duty. There's no reason why you can't do it culturally as well.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. And so, ladies, is there anything you want to add? I want to kind of focus on the guests a little bit, but go ahead. Anything you want to plug in here?
What has you want to answer the question?
Basically, what's your experience?
I just want to answer the questions. In my household, nobody gamed. No one. Not my parents, not my aunts, not my uncles, no one. I had to literally beg her to give me a Game Boy. The thick gray one.
With
the green screen. So that's what started it. And I really have to really like thank my mom, because she knew how I felt when I was playing those video games. So she encouraged me more to actually play them. So first came the Game Boy, and then came the Nintendo, and then then the arcade. I call it arcade culture at the time.
For sure. The quarters on
arcade. The quarters, the snack bar, the movie theaters, the certain people that you hang around with, the comic book stores. They had the Ultimate Mortal Kombat cabinet. So after school, I would go and play. I just feel like I have to really give my mom her props, because outside of that, I wouldn't able to have the passion that I have for video games. Because when you're in a Hispanic household, video games is like the furthest that as far as your parents want you to do. They want you to they want you to get off the game, get in the books. Don't be talking to boys.
Go
to school, go to college.
Right.
Go to college. Get married, have kids, have a family life.
And I think that's where we get some similarity with Black households and Hispanic households. Like, they don't want us playing games. They want us.
That's the reason why I said we're all equal. Like, it's a mixture of everything.
And then even did you get like, lady, did you get like the geekiness of it, the geekiness factor, where like family would be like, that's like,
weird. Oh, yeah. I like video games.
Oh, you weird. I hated that.
You're weird. You're weird.
You still play those games?
Gaming is for kids.
I get that one.
Yeah.
No, as a child, I don't want to go play dolls and Barbies as much as I wanted to go.
I applaud that.
I just thought that, $5 was a baller status as a 7-8-year-old at the arcade.
I was like that. My
that was balling.
Godfather did that.
That was balling. Yeah.
That was balling.
And if you had enough for like a sandwich and some food after the arcade, even better.
Snacks.
We couldn't get that.
Yeah, right.
I just say all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10.
Like, I
It's like them school trips. I need 10
at the arcade. So.
I got away with it a little bit because I have 3 brothers. So we used to be fighting for the controllers all the time. And my mom would yell at us in Spanish and be like, if y'all keep fighting, I'm going to take it away. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to unplug the whole thing. I'm going to rip it off the wall. My mom was extreme. But then we would calm down and try to like co-op stuff together and work together because we wanted the PlayStation. We wanted to keep that Sega.
Let me guess. I press the A button, you press the B button. That's co-op right there.
Those threats. Y'all don't get it together, I'm gonna get it together for y'all. And your save is not gonna get. No, you ain't saving.
No such thing as
Unplugged.
Save nothing.
You see the TV go down to that line. Like,
save it to your memories. Save it to your memories. Click.
Yeah. When my little brother came along, yo, we used to get in trouble.
Y'all were more blessed as far as the.
I had to wait for a sibling.
Oh, you had to wait.
I had to wait. I was by myself at first. I had to wait.
What's the difference? What's the age difference? The gap?
Oh, we're like 9. Like 9.5 years.
That's big. Yeah, I'm 5 years older than my twins.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, big difference. I had like 3 or 4 years apart from my brothers and I. So like,
so y'all close.
We were fighting for controllers and shit. We had to get our own at one point.
I don't get the new one. Then you fighting over the new controller.
It feel much better than the old one.
Word, like just as long as it's not a Pelican. Remember the Pelican joints? Oh my god, them joints is horrible.
They had the messed up A button. You press it would stick.
Yo, Pelican and Mad Cats.
Mad Cats. I remember that. All we had was that third-party joint.
Yeah, I had carpal tunnel for that thing. It was so bad.
Oh yeah.
Major bad.
Cool.
Yeah, but she brought up the Game Boy and it reminded me of something amazing that my grandma gave me when I was growing up. And I told her that I was interested in video games, but that I was always fighting with my brothers for the console. And she's like, "It's okay, Mama. We'll get you a little video game, right?" Mm-hmm. She went out of her way. I didn't even know that much about Game Boy except for I played the fat one, and that's about it. Like in an airplane once or twice. And she went out of her way and she got me a Game Boy Pocket with Mario, Mario Land 2. Mm-hmm. And it was like amazing, and I still have it to this day. I still have that Game Boy.
Nice. Wait, does it still work?
Yeah, it still works and everything. Yeah, and I still got the original game and everything. Even though the little what is it called? The little sticker on it came off and all that. I still have it.
Game Boy print, Game Boy something like that.
Yeah, didn't it have a little camera attachment that you're talking about?
Yeah,
and a printer and a little baby.
I think
black and white. I think it was black and white or something.
What was that? Was that on the Game Boy Pocket? I didn't have that.
I don't know.
I thought that was Game Boy Color
or Game Boy Advance. It was one or the other.
Yeah. But yeah, I still have that Game Boy. I'm still happy that my grandma went out of her way and got me that. And
That's so nice.
I didn't know that much about it, and I was just happy that was mine. My brothers couldn't borrow that unless they asked me. You gotta ask me first.
Yeah, the power.
Right. That's what I'm thinking about.
You have to be stuck at the house. I got it on the go, so bye. Like that.
All right, bet. So y'all, let's jump into these topics. We do got a good little bit of them, so I'm just gonna run down the line here. Some of them are really more like kind of announcements. So if you want to comment on those, feel free. But so the first on the docket is Xbox Cloud Gaming launched in Japan, Brazil, Australia, and Mexico. So now it's available in 26 countries. My question is, have you all tried cloud gaming yet? The panel, and what's your thoughts on it? I know it requires crazy, like really good connection, but. So, what's your thoughts on it? And as far as like traveling and things like that, anybody can jump in. I'm not gonna do the whole name thing. So go ahead.
Oh man, nobody tried it. What?
No, I tried it. I tried it,
yeah.
but the only thing that supposedly I got entertained was just the plane because it kept on loading, and I'm like, what? When am I gonna play? I know Flight Sim is out, but not like that. You know what I mean?
It's on a little little loading screen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much. But no, I have tried it.
Yeah. You might wanna plug in.
No, I have tried it. No, I have tried it. It's just that I'm not used to playing on the mobile. That's the thing.
Okay.
I'm not used to it. I'm so used to either a monitor or a screen, big
So
screen.
you didn't get like a controller attachment, or you didn't map your controller to your screen or whatever, or your phone to try it. You tried to touch. You tried touch, huh?
Yeah, because I'm like, should I carry? No, because
Touch
when
is
I go
different.
to work, sometimes I'm like, should I carry the controller? I'm like, I'll give it a try like that. Sometimes I feel.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna try that, but at the same time, I can't stand smaller screen. It gotta be a little bit bigger than this. It could be like in a tablet. Yeah, I could do that. But when it comes to this, I don't know. It just me. But for the experience that I had, it was flawless. It was really flawless. What Phil Spencer say is on point. It's a console. It's a console-like experience. I play Hellblade. I'm like, wow, it looks really nice. It really does look nice. But like I said, is that minor thing that is, it's my fault by not carrying a controller. But I'm gonna give it a try. But I'm gonna give it a try with a controller. But I don't know how the lag is, because I tried it before Call of Duty Mobile, and it had a lag. So that was one of my concern when it came to cloud gaming. Like I said, I tried touchscreen, but this time I should have been a little bit smarter on that one. Use the controller. But other than that, it's flawless.
I can't do touch. It's just tough.
No, I can't do it because when I play, when I play Hellblade, it's like like the X, the Y, it's all crunched up, and sometimes I'm like going like this, and I'm like, oh no, I'm not.
Yeah, no, I can't do it.
Yeah,
Right,
so
I gotta. Else tried it. What about you, Red?
Oh, most definitely. I was in the I guess like the beta.
Okay,
so
you saw the growing pains.
Yeah, I seen the growing pains, but during my time, like when life was regular and I was at my job, I would bring my controller with me, and I had bought like a little $8 clamp off of Amazon or whatever. And so I would walk around and play different games and like show people like, yeah, I'm playing Tekken right now. And we'll play Tekken. I was playing 2K. I was continuing my career on 2K. What else? I didn't really have a bad experience with it, me personally. But on the go wise, it's really dope. What they was able to do with it and what they're continuing to do with it. The one thing that is the nuance is that, if you don't have a controller, like what y'all was saying, y'all could do the touch. But it was so interesting that, like he mentioned, the Hellblade, you're able to play games like what to me is impossible to do, to play certain games with touch, but at least it's there. So I think that's pretty cool, even for someone who may have limited abilities and may want to have a tablet and is able to use touch to their advantage. I think is really cool. So I love it. I love that they have an answer to come up with to have cloud gaming. And I remember from E3, I thought it was really dope. So like remote play and xCloud, when I was visiting my parents, my family, and I was able to do remote play with, of course, with xCloud and, you know, play games on there, of course, with the PC. And then also I was able to play my PS5 straight from my computer. So I love that technology of having some type of remote play. And I don't have to bring a console, you know, lug a console with me all the time. So yeah, I love the whole xCloud.
I remember when I was traveling at one point, like same thing. I was trying to play, I think, Cyberpunk at the time when they had first dropped, and I was traveling because that was right around the holidays. You know, so I was able to tap into my own console and play my games just direct, like you said, like how you was with your PS5. I was like just able to tap right into the games that I had on my console, which is awesome.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So what about you, Foxy? Have you had a chance to play around with the xCloud, and how, you know, is now going to be in, they said 26 countries. So I think that's huge for them, dope, as far as like being able to expand in Japan, and of course, you know, other areas, people who don't have X's. It's hard to get Series X's and Series S's right now. So I think that's huge to be able to provide this as an option. But go ahead, Foxy.
I think it's awesome that they're adding more and more countries. I'm happy that they got that Japanese market because they love to play on their mobile devices a lot, from what I hear. So that's really awesome. Also, my friend Tim in Australia, he finally gets to try it and mess with it. I think he was playing it yesterday or something like that.
Oh, nice.
But I think it's great. I personally have no interest in it because I don't really play on my phone much. I used to play like Pokemon Go, but that was more for the exercise and being outside and all that. We don't know about that anymore now. Nuh-uh. We're not. After 2020, we don't go outside. No, I'm kidding. But honestly, I have a Switch, so I love playing that handheld. So for me, that's my handheld console right there. I take it with me just in case when I'm out and about, in case I have that minute where I could jump into some Dead Cells, when I could jump in some Mario Kart, and I play and I use my Switch because I hardly have it docked. So I use my Switch that way the most. Only a couple of times I've docked it. It's really nice because it's like on a giant ass screen. But other than that, like I like playing my Xbox at home. I like playing my Xbox on a TV or monitor. Maybe I was thinking about doing this where I can try it on the Surface.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that. But
I was curious, but good.
Yeah, but like, to be honest, I didn't care about cloud gaming at all until they recently said that last gen could mess with current gen games. Like Flight Simulator and Medium, I believe.
Yeah, because they updated the servers to Series X, so now you can play the Series.
That's interesting to me because I'm still rocking the One X.
Yeah, gotcha. It's hard to get them consoles.
And if I want to play something more like graphic intensive or anything like that, I have the PC that I can mess with. So I don't have a newer console at the moment. I have no reason to jump into next gen. So maybe I'll mess with that when that's available, because I find that more interesting, that last gen can play current games that I haven't touched with. I haven't messed with Flight Sim or anything like that. And no, I'm not putting that on the PC so I could blow up.
All right, what about you, lady? How you feel about this? About the whole
I'm a newbie, man. I never touched it. Because at first it was on Android, right? And they just recently put it on iOS. So I didn't really get a chance to like deep, dive into.
Y'all can get Backbone. Backbone is dope.
I'm gonna get it back
on the iPhone.
Yeah. But I am intrigued. I am intrigued on because I'm going to travel soon, and I would like to play my games. So I was thinking about investing in a Backbone and actually, testing out the theory is through my iPhone. If all I want, if I can have the same experience on my phone that I do on my console, then I'll be fine. I just want to know how it feels with Wi-Fi capabilities, how strong, how fast the loading screens would be. Will I be able to play? Because I know if you're like in rural areas, it'll be a little more difficult. But if you're like in a main city or at the airport or a coffee shop, whatever, and then that'll be more, that internet will be more strong and stable to be able to continually play those games. Eternal, I really like to be honest, I don't think my screen is big enough as well. But I really do want the backbone so I can be able to be like, really getting
nice.
it.
Right.
It's funny. I got
Really
one, but I don't have an iPhone.
yeah.
I bought it.
I forgot the
the
Kishi. I forgot about that.
Yeah, the Kishi.
The Kishi costs money though, right?
$60.
$60.
Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
like
I saw it on Amazon. I saw it on Amazon, $62 something.
Yeah. So what about you, Boogie? I mean, I know you've. I think you've tried it. We've talked about that.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah, I was in a beta too, and I tried it. I even tried it on my my little iPad. I got an iPad Air. No, I think it's just a regular iPad. But anyways, I have one of those, and I was able to try it. I hook it up straight to my controller, which is nice, and I can play like that. The only thing is I just haven't been gone enough away from my house to need to play it. So I think when I go home, which I'm going next month, going back to Cali. So right, I'll probably use that because then I don't have to worry about like hooking up or taking up TV and people being like, "Oh my god, taking over the TV." So yeah, I'll probably use that. So I'll let you guys know more, but it works fine for me. I haven't had any problems, like except for like if I don't make sure that the connection is there, like we said before. But other than that, I don't have a problem with it. I wish there was more games available though. I need y'all to put more games
I mean,
on
you're
there.
right. They I don't know how the rollout is, but you're right. There's some titles that need to it's like hurry up, come on.
Right. Like I want to be able to play everything. Like, yeah.
You know they're gonna do the Netflix route, so it's gonna take a while until they extend the space.
Right.
And speaking of Netflix, we're gonna go ahead and roll into the next topic.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Netflix has acquired the Oxenfree dev. They're the ones that did obviously Oxenfree, and they're working on the sequel, Oxenfree 2, but the studio is called Night School Studio. How you feel about Netflix jumping into the gaming space? Like,
I got experience. I played Oxenfree at Day of the Devs in San Francisco a couple of years back. Played it again on my Xbox and played Night School. What I haven't played was their third title. That is a Apple Arcade game about this mom, I think bounty hunter mom, trying to find her son that's a criminal, but they're in space or something like that.
Yeah. That game looks so fun. I looked it up and I was like, "Oh, I like this," and I was like, "Well, I don't have a iPhone. Never mind."
Yeah. Oof. Yeah. So
exclusive.
I think it's a great. I enjoyed that studio, so I'm for it. I just would like to know how would they transfer from something that we sit and play with and to a format which is Netflix. I mean, what kind of controls will we have? Will it be keyboard accessible? Will it be controller accessible? Will Netflix have their own controller that is specifically for gaming on Netflix?
Like Luna and Stadia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So would you be able to? Would you ever be able to play on your tablet, on your phone, on this the same accessibility that Netflix have with their TV shows and their movies and their docs and stuff like that? It should be the same way when it comes to their gaming. I just would like to know how would they execute that.
Yeah, I think Netflix is going to be a huge player, because think about it. Who doesn't have Netflix? I have a hard time thinking about who doesn't have Netflix.
Yeah, I know.
So it's like they're already able to tap into that market and say, look, you can play games on our platform. But at the same time, I'm conflicted because we also have games on smart TVs. And if you have a smart TV, 9 out of 10, you don't really touch those games. Like, you just like, I got my console, I'm going to play whatever's on my console. You know what I mean? It's not so much. So I don't know. Like, I'm torn on like the direction they're going to, like how deep they're going to go. Because they're going, it's sort of mobile first.
Though.
Yeah, it's
intriguing.
It is.
Because when I first heard about this, I was like, oh, I kind of can see why they would do that. Because they had interactive shows / games, like Minecraft, I believe, was one of them, and they had a deal with Telltale to make that for them specifically, so you could navigate through using your controller. But it was very simple, obviously. So I don't know if they would release a little controller for people could buy separately, or if they would say, hey, we're going to open it up that you could sync, whatever controller you have through Bluetooth, and we'll enable those features through the settings, whatever the case may be.
I think that'd be the smartest thing. You get the most people. You don't have to worry about nobody purchasing something.
Get it from the third party. Yeah.
Right.
But do you think it's only going to be like single player type games? Because like, how would they handle multiplayer?
That's a good way to start, though, to be honest.
I mean, to be honest, I don't even think it's going to be in the realm of like what we think it's going to be Netflix wise. Maybe Netflix just wants to publish games because they were working with this studio to make a Stranger Things video game. Right. As well, but it was going to be made with, I think Telltale was supposed to publish it, or something was supposed to be with Telltale and Night School, but Telltale is now disbanded. So maybe they're going to be developers for some of their Netflix originals or something like that. So
and then they'll put it out on like all the systems, is what you're saying?
Then put it out on everything. But this is a Netflix publish. I think to me that'll be better because it's just too confusing to think that, okay, do I have to get a controller to play a Netflix game? Just like all the questions y'all have. To me, I think it'll be better if they just publish games and they have this, because they're incredible. They're incredible studio. What was it? After Party was dope. Like, I love playing After Party, yo.
I really enjoyed that game.
Yeah.
Education game.
Yes. I love it. One of the developers is Black too. Half of the team. So I love the way they do storytelling, and I think to team up with Netflix, because Netflix is all about that, and to make their games, I think would be more interesting and sound better than you got an interactive game on Netflix and am I going to play it? Yeah, like
I didn't think about that infrastructure. Well, I feel like they got the multiplayer infrastructure if they wanted to, but are they really going to use their resources for that? Since they're already like a primary movie deliverer service. I don't know.
I think the way Red's saying it would really they could really hit the ground running because they already have a lot of access to writers and stuff. So they could put out some really unique storytelling.
They can bridge gaps between shows and episodes. Like, okay, we're season in, put the game out to the next season.
I like that.
That would be fire. That would be fire. Just like how I remember the Matrix game tied so many loose ends.
Which they're using for the new movie.
Yeah, they definitely use it for the new movie, which is kind of dope.
Yeah, it explains a lot. So if they're able to make another Matrix game, say it.
I'm waiting. With today's graphics, I'm in it. They can get my money all day long.
I want the collector's edition. That's right. But I hope on that.
I want to kind of get your opinion on it too. What you feel about Netflix?
Actually, I'm not too surprised because lately, look at now, Amazon. Well, I'm gonna skip Google, but look at Amazon. Then not too long ago, unless if that's a meme, then Kentucky Fried Chicken was trying to do. This is the console.
Oh,
so now I remember that.
Weird.
Yeah, that was a weird one. So. For me, I am not surprised for that because they have the money. They have the money. They know how streaming works. They're the pioneers for that. And for them to be on the same video game streaming battlegrounds, now we all see they trying to compete with xCloud since they're the one who actually move forward. So now the next big thing is Netflix. Now the question is, how are they? How can I say? How can you tell if they're actually serious about it? Like, are they gonna actually be 100%? Like, you know what? Let's go all in, or they're gonna end up like Google. They're like, we're there, but then all of a sudden you see what happened. That's something that I am happy about, but at the same how serious are they? That's the thing. But
I was gonna say, it's like with the way that Red described it, I can see it coexisting. Like it could work even with, it wouldn't necessarily be, it could be kind of like a additive to what xCloud is doing and what Luna is doing and what Stadia is doing.
Exactly.
Yeah, if
exactly.
Mm-hmm. So, anybody else want to add anything to this topic? I can move on. Netflix? No. Okay, bet. We'll move on. All right, so Activision, I know it's okay. We got to touch this because
Lady Infamous.
I think.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure by the time Lady get back, we'll probably be in the thick of this. But so I know you all probably read. I did send a topics list. It was a bit late, but they settled with the EEOC, which is the Equal Employment Rights. I can't remember the whole.
Equals.
Yeah, thank you, the folks. Right, for 18 million, and it's far from. But in my opinion, it's far from over. Because they have a bunch of other issues. According to Game Industry Biz, Activision Blizzard still faces an investigation from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, accusations of illegal union busting, and so on and so forth. So even though they settled with the EEOC for 18 million, that only solves part of the problem. So I want to get. I mean, this topic we've been discussing this week. Like it seems like it's a snowball, right?
Yeah.
Like it's always something
talking about
going
it
on.
for like over a month already. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
but 18 million, I'm like,
somehow.
that's still right. Like
Cheap. That's cheap. That's cheap.
Right,
It's
because
cheap.
the CEO, they said the CEO is slated to get like $142 million this year.
All the time.
Yep. And
Like,
you know what's interesting?
what do you mean? Like, how is that even somebody's paycheck?
Okay,
yo?
so you say that, right? So
Every
even
year
with this
he's been there
article,
for 10 plus.
Yeah.
in this article too, they also investigated the fact that CEO gets so much. Like, what is he doing to? They trying to justify his
Every
salary.
freaking year, yo. I don't get it. Every year, like, what's
Especially when
going
you have that
on?
type of stuff going on, like,
Yeah.
so how do you deserve this paycheck then when you letting this type of stuff go on in your backyard?
Because it's you think about it, stock price, and it's all about counting the chips and and money
Yeah,
bringing
yeah,
in.
but-
making
But
that
then
money.
you have
That's
people
why he's
who
still
aren't
up
getting
there.
paid. Like, there's a bunch of people that aren't getting paid their worth.
That's blackmailing.
underneath him,
I
you know
don't
what
like
mean?
that. I really don't.
It's
That's
blackmail.
blackmailing.
To be honest about this information right here, so it's more like a payout to me than anything else.
Ooh,
Pretty
right.
much.
It's a cheap
They're like,
payout.
okay, we got
Thank
you.
you.
Here you go.
Yeah, 18 million.
Yeah,
That's like a
Johnny.
slap
Yeah.
on the wrist. That's a slap on
They
the
don't
Right,
wrist.
even-
because you gotta think about all the people who are attached to that. It ain't like
Mhm.
18 million is going to one person. 18 million is going,
Like,
yeah.
No,
You
let's-
gotta
people.
split that.
Right.
No,
Everybody gotta
you know what?
split
Let's
that,
start
right? Like,
off with this.
Somebody getting a check for $7, you know? Like, come on.
Pretty-
Like, that ain't right.
a coupon. Here you go. You're
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
On
pretty
a free
bad.
Call of Duty game. So,
word.
They're
No,
still
that's
getting
some shit.
investigated left and right. They're
Yeah, they're
still
still-
like trying to hide evidence left and right. There's still employees complaining about so many different things and actually having their own like lawyers or like
Yeah.
other.
well, he
groups
said stop complaining
helping
about
them.
the same thing. Right.
Yeah, he put that.
He told them stop complaining about the same issues.
It's like, bro, really? Like you gonna say
I,
that?
mean,
Right?
I feel so bad for
company
the
letterhead?
developers.
Right.
The
Alright.
developers don't need this. They still rocking their games. Like they make these games happen. They're making the moves. If it wasn't for the devs, they wouldn't be making all this money.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know that they promote them and they throw money at them, but the devs is what's making you that art so you could make that money. And at the same time, I don't trust Activision or Blizzard at all. In this case, as a company, I don't trust them at all. I don't want to give them any more money, even though I do care about the devs and I hope that they can find another position somewhere else.
And that's
Honestly,
why I always feel conflicted, because you want to support the devs because you know there's
Exactly.
so much hard work going.
Okay,
to it.
okay,
And it's
I
gonna
understand that.
It takes
I-
years.
No, wait, whoa. Okay,
Go
look,
away,
look,
girl.
look. Wait, okay. I know that you want to be for the devs.
Before you jump on me though, I'm gonna let you know that I agree with you 1,000%. But I was gonna say like I'm always conflicted with that though because I work with developers and you see the hard work and the
one
effort and the
suffering.
years that goes into it.
I understand.
Years. Go ahead.
I'm you might not like my opinion, but I'm going to say it. Yes,
Go ahead.
there is some sympathies for the developers that's actually making the games for Call of Duty and Blizzard and stuff like that.
Yep.
But on the Call of Duty side, for me, I see that within the past 3 Call of Duty titles, it was really nothing innovating or anything that's too
I have to agree.
new. Too new.
I agree.
They have and let's not talk about Vanguard. Let's not talk about Vanguard.
Let's not talk about Vanguard at all.
Okay. I did not play it. I did, but
I did.
Oh, okay. I would love your input on that. Like, what they were using assets? Because what I saw was they were using assets from.
They always reuse assets, sis.
That's a.
As soon as you put it, as soon as you put it on PC and you break down the game, you're gonna see other assets from like other games. Like, so I don't know how it is on Vanguard, but I did see, of course, other assets because I think they even put in. I think they put in an old map or something. So they always reusing old assets and stuff. It looks like they losing money because this game look worse. Like,
wow.
It just looks worse to me. Like, but the
quote CHAREECE real quick. That part.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah,
that part.
The quality of the Call of Duty games has been declining for the last 5 years. You know what I mean? So
last good one was Modern Warfare. To me, that's.
Yeah,
I would say Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2. Like after that, it started to
decline,
but tolerable, but playable, but declining.
But Cold War is not tolerable at all.
I think I bought Cold War, I believe, and I was like, you know what? It's alright. They hooked me with the new maps. The old maps, but right now.
That's why. See, that's it.
That's what they got me.
Lady
nostalgia.
She can't help but talk about
Nintendo.
Yeah, nostalgia.
She can't help herself.
Milk. I call it milk because they milk.
Lady, what do you think about like the company itself, though? I mean, I feel you on COD though. You right?
Yeah. I mean,
the company itself, like, is as a person who used to play, it is like, so what you gonna stand? You gonna like contribute your pockets to another person that got bigger pockets than you, but they don't care about the devs, they don't care about the products, they don't care about the well-being of their employees. I like I said, I didn't after the first allegations and you saw the report, I just felt a certain way that
Lady was out.
She was out.
Oh yeah.
Wash your hands.
She said, mad hand sanitizer,
right.
Everything. She went in the bathroom, washed it.
Hydro peroxide.
Yo, I was like, I was like, sis, you done.
I'm like, done. I've been playing Destiny. I'm done.
Y'all been on Destiny and y'all ain't tell nobody?
Yo, you come on.
We've been promoting it for a minute on here.
All right.
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah, if you want, all you gotta say is word.
You told yourself.
Yeah. You gotta come on. Like any of those games. You ever see
I reinstalled it because of y'all.
See any of us on, please hit us up. All right.
Okay.
But
my slide in the party chat or something.
I do agree with Lady. Like you see these women, they're using women to create these games. They're using women to get
promote
profits.
The games now.
Right, promote the games now. But then in the back room, you aren't taking care of them. Right, yeah. Let's not talk about the dirty.
We don't talk about the back room.
Right. I'm just going not the hospital, right? You know, right?
Oh, they had the nerve, and they had the nerve to be like, "Yeah, we're part of this." Like that,
right.
Like that picture is not gonna go out ever.
Yes.
Disgusting.
Yep.
I was like, y'all a zum.
Yeah.
Y'all
I have to
dumb.
say, I commend Lady because she's played all the games.
Yeah,
but she's one of the ones who has said, "I'm deleting all of them. I'm not playing these games. I'm not supporting you guys because y'all don't support us."
It's just like
I respect it.
Yeah.
I would
respect it.
Bye.
If I was working at my job and they was treating me bad, would you still come to my shop and go get coffee? Knowing that how y'all treat?
No, I'm just playing.
Nah.
Is the coffee free?
As then we going.
So messed up.
But for real, if you really respect that, that's how you put it in my position. If you worked at a company that treated you bad, that treated LBOOGIE bad or treated Red bad, you think I want to support that said product? No, you treating them wrong. So no. And nah, I'm good. And I'm not trying to go against nobody that still play Call of Duty. I look at gameplay and I think of two things. I'm like, is Call of Duty all you play? Or you're overlooking the fact of what's going on. And both parts are bad because
It's a
Ain't
letdown.
no way a woman, especially a black woman, that what we have to deal with as gamers playing that game, knowing what's going on in the background, and still continue to play the game.
So many layers.
It's like an onion. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot, but they're not doing anything right now.
It's like
they doing a whole little Kim dance. And I'm like, y'all have to address certain things. Even before these allegations alone, the toxicity on two of your platforms, Call of Duty and Overwatch, okay, has been the worst toxic. I remember my first time going online on a Call of Duty game. I was called everything in a book, and these people were on my team. Yep. Continuing on being in lobbies, people are still saying, shut up and F you and all these other different, things that they want to say that's either racial or sexist or whatever, everything in the book, yo. So, and they was not even making any type of things on that or reporting players correctly. Like the only thing that used to be was like report for cheating. What about report for these racial ass comments I just endured? Like y'all don't got a button for that. So things like that, I always looked at like, are you serious? So it shies people away from the game. And right now with Vanguard, I'm like, what's going on? Like, because
y'all know they're gonna sell out this holiday, right? Y'all know
of course.
They got it, but not me.
Of course. It's Call of Duty. Call of Duty's between Call of Duty, a 2K, and a Madden are always top every year. So we gonna see.
We're gonna see nothing happen. Is what we're
preparing for this word. So it depends.
That's because like we've been dealing with the same stuff. Like since its inception, we've had to deal with swastikas. We had to deal with toxicity in the game.
See, a lot of people not really playing like that though. To be honest, because there was not a lot of people. Like when I was playing, like for the open, you know how back in the days when it was a Call of Duty beta, it's like,
everybody like,
everybody and their mother was on it. Yeah. And now it's like, I couldn't even invite nobody to play with me.
Is it franchise fatigue? Finally? Franchise fatigue?
Like, it's been fatigue for a while, actually. Like when I interviewed, what's his name? I mess people's names up all the time. I just say Vandahar or something. That's from Treyarch Games. I had mentioned this is when Destiny had came out. I was like, it looked like y'all was very inspired by Destiny to have these different classes. And I was like, if y'all paid attention on Black Ops during that time, they took off the numbers of who was online. They took, remember how when you used to go on, I used to show like in different regions, right? Yeah, we show like the numbers and everything. Yeah. They took that off because everybody was on Destiny. Like everyone was on Destiny. Those Destiny counts were high, and they took it off. And he was like, you know how they dance around the questions.
Media speak.
Yeah, for the media speak.
Yeah, PR.
But I noticed that. And we see that even now. You have games like Destiny. You have a lot of service games that's coming out. You got Destiny, of course. Everyone's on Destiny back and forth. And there's more games to come out too. And then Halo's about to drop. Okay. I forgot some other multiplayers that's about to drop as well. Of course, Battlefield. Yeah. You said that at the same time. We in sync. We're in sync. So, okay. But I can't wait for Battlefield. Y'all gonna be on Battlefield? Because I know I'm gonna be on Battlefield.
Yes. I can't stand Battlefield, sorry.
What?
Too big?
Wow.
Cut his mic.
Too realistic. Too realistic.
How you gonna have one of the names of God and don't like one of the names of God and you don't like Battlefield?
I had a bad experience of playing Battlefield. I'm like, I can't.
I can help you out, brother.
Yeah. Wait, was that Foxy who said that? Yeah, that's what happened to me. I'm like, this game, whatever.
That's the thing that deters people from Battlefield. It's like, man, there's a plane that fell on me, or I got run over by a tank, and I'm like, it's okay. They have different modes.
No, mine was a little bit different because I remember I grabbed I was trying to fly a helicopter, and it was like way out, away from the land. And I'm trying to play around with. I'm
this
trying
was
to
Ghost
I'm
Recon.
trying to,
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to play around with it, and all of a sudden I
Yeah,
crashed. And I'm like, oh, now I gotta swim over. By the time I reached land, the game was over. I'm like, man, whatever. This game sucks.
Yeah,
And your teammates was not gonna pick you up.
Right. So basically, he was sucking at the game.
Oh.
And so now it's a bad game.
Have you ever played Battlefield Hardline?
One.
Oh, I love.
I played Battlefield 1.
People hated that one.
That's
and
it.
I
That's
love
the
it.
only
Battlefield Hardline is fire. It's a little bit more arcadey Battlefield, but they said this one feels like Hardline.
No, make Battlefield Bad Company. Still waiting for it.
That's a good one. Too.
We're still waiting. I don't know when we're gonna get it. Just like the Dr. Dre album. I don't know.
Right. Or Outkast album. Where they are.
Outkast.
Greatness awaits.
Don't worry, there's 10 more years.
Look at everybody.
Sorry,
everybody
yo, sorry.
Big side.
I'll take it back. I'll take it back.
Damn, it's like we tired of this dimension.
Right.
Okay.
Damn.
10 more. Like,
I don't see that many. Sorry, to go back to the topic. I don't see that many people extremely hyped for COD as they are for Halo at the moment and Battlefield. But we'll see because at the end of the day, the numbers speak how they speak. And also, I'm glad that Destiny got out of that whole Activision ordeal when they had the chance, and now they're doing their own thing.
They knew something was going on.
They slid out real quick. That's like,
you can't be a party of this.
They went to buy their game back. That is a rarity.
And the way they did it too is kind of is just like
that was like they knew what was going on.
They don't have 2 years left on their deal, didn't they? They had like 2 years left. They had 2 or 3 years left on the deal, and they like, yo, we out.
It was like, y'all doing this?
Yeah, wouldn't that be crazy if that's what it really was? They were like, look, we can't be a party of this. Okay.
I'm not saying anything
with the cast.
So we out.
We got the money. Bye.
Right.
Nah, remember their statement? Remember their statement when everything came to light? They was like, we just want to make this public announcement.
Yeah.
We do not control this foolery that's happening.
Yeah.
We are a diverse and inclusive. We support
real quick
many struggles. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yo, they was like, nah, we are not part of that weird stuff.
It's pretty clear on that. It's pretty clear. All right, so let's get to it. We got a couple of more topics. So Sony acquires Bluepoint. How about
Finally.
that?
What a shocker.
Oh,
Finally. God damn.
The remake studio. Okay, so what I've been reading though is that they're not focused on new content. So they're not going to be mostly like just because they've been a remake machine, remaster machine. But apparently they're focused on something brand new. So I guess my question here is, how do you all feel about this acquisition, and what do you expect to see from Bluepoint going forward? I'll start with you, Foxy. See, you're on top.
I'll say organic. They got them organically. They got them organically because they've already been working together for a minute. So the remakes that they have been putting out for PlayStation, spot on. They're really good, especially Demon Souls, right? So that was really nice. It makes sense for them to grab them, just like we thought they were going to buy Insomniac forever ago. It made sense for that, but it took them this long to acquire them, which, that's another gold piece right there. But it makes sense for them to pick them up. We've already been hearing this through the rumors, and then it was leaked a little bit, and then they took it back, and then they actually announced it.
Yeah.
But I'm hearing that they're actually doing two things. They're doing a remake for a new PlayStation. I mean, for an old PlayStation title they're bringing back, and they're working on a new IP. So I'm interested to see what they do on their own. What can they create that is not just a remake from an existing IP or anything like that.
Like how are
so
they
that's
making
going to be
something new?
really, really nice. Hopefully it's a good story, because we already know they can do pretty. Let's see what they do with the story.
They can do pretty.
It's like, you no longer have a cheat sheet, or you copy someone else's.
They want that awesomeness. They want that awesomeness.
Right. So what about you, Red? What you think about this whole Bluepoint thing?
I love it. The one thing that I love that Sony does is, yes, they take their time with their acquisitions, but they work with the company that they take their time with to help nurture them, and then say, okay, let's make this deal. So it's not like, let me just buy you, let me just buy you, let me just buy you. They actually take their time with its teams and get to know the teams and maybe what they want back to see if it's going to be a good fit for the long run. So I think with Bluepoint Games, I think it's a fantastic acquisition. Just like what Foxy was saying, they know how to do pretty. You know, a lot of the studios at PlayStation know how to do pretty, but they also have a great knack for storytelling too. So getting the right writers on there. I'm just curious on what they are working on for a remake of a game. So that's the one thing, is a remake. No, that's what they're focused on, is remake and a new title, a new IP as a whole. I'm just trying to guess what game it could be. So I don't know. Right now, I don't know. I don't know.
No, there's one thing that I probably have on mind that I guess a lot of people is actually requesting, and I wouldn't be surprised if they bring Siphon Filter back.
I was saying Siphon Filter because that's been on the radar. I mean, that's been spoken upon a lot. And I'm trying to think, didn't somebody?
Either that or SOCOM, one or the other.
Dude, this is the thing, that because people be killing me with the SOCOM, is all y'all gamers at home, are y'all ready for a SOCOM game? Because y'all complain on arcade games, arcadey games already, like Call of Duty, but are y'all really ready for a SOCOM game?
They need, no disrespect, but they need a multiplayer. I'm sorry.
They need a multiplayer, but I'm just saying, the players, are they gonna make sure they take time to learn a game? Because SOCOM is not a pick up and play game.
Yeah, that's complex. Yeah, I give you that. That is true.
So, because a lot of people's asking for a SOCOM, and the next person's asking for it just because the person on the side of them is asking for it.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's like nostalgia. I'm ready for it. I could learn and play a game, but some of these people out here does not take time for a shooter like that to pick, because it's not pick up and play. Even Uncharted, it wasn't a pick up and play multiplayer. Gears is not a pick up and play multiplayer, so are y'all ready for a third person shooter that y'all can get good at? That's all I got.
The only thing that I know, they might say, no, go right ahead, lady.
Go ahead. Well, it's actually
no.
Should I?
Go ahead.
Oh no, because I'm like, well, if a lot of people say, well, if we manage to play PUBG, it shouldn't be too much of a difference. It's the same, pretty much it.
It's different. Slightly different.
It's a little different in PUBG.
No, exactly. You know how
battle royale. That's about it. But
No, actually, for me, Bluepoint, that's something that kept secret after House Marquee. That was pretty much what everybody was talking about, the second acquisition. The question was when they were gonna actually announce it, and they actually did.
For TGS, yeah.
Right. So for me, actually, is keep coming with the acquisitions, more games for everybody, from the from the casuals to the fanboys to whoever, so everybody gets to enjoy it. But lately, I know we have been noticing that there's a lot of acquisitions, like we said, from Netflix. Now is Sony. Now the next one that supposedly they're gonna say is Take-Two, Xbox with Take-Two. So
big rumor.
That's
a big one. That would be very different.
Right. So look at
that.
it. Acquisition is acquisition year. It's acquisition year. And I'm very surprised. I'm happy for it. Keep coming, more content for us.
We got a couple events left to look forward to. You got what? They have this GI Live, which is more of an internal kind of developer thing, which is after TGS. And then you got the VGAs in December.
You got Paris Game Week.
Yeah, something happens. That's what I was about to say. Something happens in November, but I can't remember exactly what. But you got a couple events coming up to, who knows? We don't know.
Hey, it will actually fill me up if it's in November, because we're talking about Turkey Day. It will fill me up with just having that acquisition. By naming, by actually announcing Take-Two. So I'm like, yeah, I'll take 2 of that, from the Turkey and that announcement.
I don't even know where this come from. Where did the Take-Two thing come from? Where did that come from?
interview with Phil Spencer with the, what is it called, the Grill, because he announced the 30 million subscriber, and it was kind of a coincidence that it was only Take-Two and Microsoft, and they started saying, what a coincidence that it's Take-Two and Microsoft, and he announced the actual number before Phil was like, nah, it's more than 18. It's more than 18. And he was like, well, I guess I'm talking about from the expression of the CEO of Take-Two, I guess he was surprised that it was 30 million. So it wouldn't be surprised for Phil Spencer kind of talking about acquisition, probably. I'm just guessing.
The fanboys is wrong with everything. Don't they like, oh, we're going to take this.
Yeah, I know. I hear WB, I hear so many things, and I'm just like, I'd rather wait and see at the end of the day.
Right.
Everything is a big old
I don't get what all the, skeptical, but I guess they got to make videos about something, right?
Right. No wonder Walmart was so busy, people buying Monopoly, because, that's what they said. That if they buy Take-Two, that's Monopoly.
Yeah, I was actually about to touch on that, because I know that a pretty popular content creator, Colin Moriarty, I think is how you pronounce his name. He ranted about.
Yeah, Colin Moriarty.
Yeah, he was going on this rant about like Microsoft's ability to be able to purchase companies, and I think even Red kind of mentions like the nurturing part of it all. Like you can't just go out and buy. What about the nurturing? And it's interesting because I would think. Like I only think 2 companies out of the amount the other companies that they bought, they didn't have like previous relationships with, because with Ninja Theory, they did Kung Fu Chaos back in the day. It was one of their first publishers, with Ninja Theory, and then they got history with with all the other studios. So it's like that narrative
heavily sword.
Interesting to me. You say what?
Heavily sword.
So I mean, I'm like, man, it's like you want competition or don't you? Like that's the thing. You can't have it both ways. It's like I want competition all around. I feel like as gamers we win. I want everybody to put their best foot forward so we get the best games. Period.
Yep.
So that's what I'm on. I don't care who by who, as long as I can still get the games. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm not a huge fan of this whole, the exclusivity deal, 1-year exclusivity deal stuff. I understand having exclusives is important. But that whole time exclusive stuff, I think that's just, I get the business side of it.
I think it's a soft cop out.
I mean, because it always ends up working out in the favor of the other.
Well, let's put it this way,
right?
Let's see if I'm wrong.
Well, hold on a second. Because, no, you're fine. But if Sony has a time exclusive, then when it ends up coming to Xbox gets all the goodies with it. Right. And then if Xbox has a time exclusive, when it comes to Sony gets all the goodies. So it's like,
that's addition.
What was the point of it? What was the point of that? It didn't really do anything. As a consumer,
it's been a biggest benefit.
What happened to the Final Fantasy 7? Did they put a date out yet?
I think Sony extended the exclusivity, but anyway, I don't know. I think they excluded because otherwise, why hasn't it dropped on Xbox yet? We know it was a time exclusive, so where is it? But I think that's the most interesting part of all of this. It's like, okay, I understand, trying to get exclusives to push your platform and associating a game with that from a marketing perspective. But when you look at gamers and things they want to play, it's like, okay, bolster your first party. Everybody's finally starting to do, because think about it, you all. It's been years since we've seen these type of acquisitions left and right between.
Yeah, it has been years.
It's been with THQ and all them. It's like, wow, everybody's picking up. They're just bolstering up their first party studios, and it's cool to see, because I think having stability for developers is fantastic, and I don't see the negative spin on it, and that's why I had an issue with this rant. It's like you can't turn it into a negative, and then they kept talking about the past, things that Microsoft did in the past, and it's like new regime. Everybody on the previous who was part of those previous deals and stuff is no longer with the company. So it's like you're not gonna, when you think about it in sports, you're gonna try to look at the team different if you got a new owner or new head coach or new GM. It's like a refresher for the team. So you got to look about it in that perspective. You can't just keep back in 2013, back in 2016 they did this. so on and
Stuck
so
in the
forth.
past.
Right. It's like you can't think about it as far as like, oh, a decade ago they did this. It's like, what about now? Look at the moves they're currently making. Clearly, there's a huge investment in gaming, so appreciate that and just move forward.
I agree with you. When I was listening to the clip that was circulating, going around everywhere on Twitter, I was listening to his points, and I'm like, okay, I understand why you would feel that way. I understand why you see it that way. But then when he started mentioning a lot of the stuff in the past and Crackdown, which is not even first party, that was a third party deal. Like when he started mentioning stuff like that, I was like, okay, now it just sounds like your bias is shining through at this moment. So I can't vibe with you. I can't listen to your opinion on this because you're not talking about current time. You're talking about the past.
And all the deals that he mentioned, a lot of people don't know, but they were all the, like, especially with the games people associate the whole, poor quality with, are second party deals. You know what I mean? Like your
that's why I mentioned Crackdown.
Recore and Crackdown 3, those were second party deals. So it's like we have yet to see what this regime is gonna do with the first party studios that they got. We have yet to see, like, I mean, we've seen some stuff from we seen like things from Coalition. We were gonna see Halo in the fall. So it's like,
I want my Hellblade too. Like, can y'all show something?
Me too.
Right?
Me too.
I was surprised.
What y'all waiting on? What they waiting on?
And
I think Jeff Grubb said that they might show it at the Vita Games Awards, Hellblade 2.
I don't know.
Come on, man. Y'all gotta stop that.
Y'all gotta start with the rumors, man.
Yeah, it's
like they gotta stop. No, like
he got a record. He got some.
Everybody got a damn record. I'm tired of that.
I got you.
Now.
You got it.
Everybody got a record. Everybody got a record, and of course things can change. But my complaint is that stop waiting for the Game Awards to keep showing Hellblade. Like, y'all gonna make it a tradition now? If y'all want to make that a tradition with, Xbox just showing things at Game Awards, okay, be consistent so I know. Just be consistent so I'll know, because the thing is this, all right? I've been saying for the longest, like every time I would go to E3, I'm like, Microsoft is up first, which y'all about to show me. And I already know Sony's gonna blow me away on something. Boom, whatever. I'm like, what are y'all gonna show me? I always do that every year. I would go, when we was going to E3, because when they started buying up, different studios, I was like, okay, I see y'all. All right, okay, because Sony does that. They just like Sony always, from the test of time, after when they made that mistake of not acquiring Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, they took a real big hit because they was like, damn, those IPs, should have bought them. Yeah. And those were iconic. Those are iconic IPs, and they didn't buy them. And so that's what even got them more in the groove of buying more stuff. Bless you. So they always was buying up stuff all the time, of different studios, or taking smaller studios, or smaller Japanese studios, and be like, okay, no, we want you. And in American studios, we want you. So when I seen Microsoft starting to do that, and when they picked up Ninja Theory, I was like, okay, y'all have something. Yeah. So, and then they did this whole ZeniMax deal. I was like, okay, all right, what are y'all gonna do next? Or what are y'all gonna do something to do a nurturing stuff? Because I don't know why Xbox fans have a problem with the whole nurturing. It's nothing wrong with that. And it's nothing wrong with grasping somebody real quick either, especially if they're an indie team and you know that you could do some work with them. Grab them up if you're able to. This is nothing new, y'all, with these whole acquisition stuff, just like what y'all was saying. But the fans don't grasp that. It's like fans get amnesia, especially gamers get amnesia whenever they want to. And I'm like, when did you start gaming? It's like, because 10 years ago, 20 years ago, this all was happening. So I just can't wait. And hopefully, like SHADDAI said, if it comes up at the Game Awards, Xbox, just please make that just a tradition that I know and that we all know, that a lot of bangers are going to drop always at the Game Awards. So
For me, personally, I don't think they should have a formal announcement. Oh yeah, we're gonna do bangers at the Game Awards. I think the element of surprise. I think is good too. Like I don't care. They don't have to tell me that. Oh, we're gonna have some good stuff. But I don't have to hear that. Like I'm cool with surprising me. I'm with it. You know what I mean?
Because I've been bamboozled every year. Microsoft. And no, I need them to tell me.
I think it's a matter of taste too, because I don't have that same feeling. I don't feel bamboozled when I see what Microsoft, because I guess because it's my preferred platform. I like the IPs that they have on there. I'm a big fan of Gears, Halo, Forza.
So you feel like me at E3 when I'm like, Sony, I already know what you're gonna show me.
Right, exactly. Like I know, okay, boom, I'm ready to see the new Forza. Like I'm expecting it. I'm like, yo, they gonna show something on Forza, whether it's Motorsport or Horizon. They gonna show something on Gears, whether it's tactics.
Yeah, next time we're waiting on Fable, and that's by the developers that they nurtured.
That's it.
Playground didn't do anything for anyone else. Only Xbox, and then Xbox scooped them up.
That's just to see. I hate that the whole nurturing thing, because it's like they have studios they nurtured that they just recently acquired.
The weird thing to me is another thing that he mentioned was about keep it exclusive deals are the way to go. I'm like, but that doesn't benefit anybody but PlayStation players. That doesn't benefit Xbox and PC and Switch. So what are we really doing here? I miss the days where we did have exclusive content because that is part of marketing, so it makes sense. But I miss the days where it was like 6 months, maybe a year. But I remember a time where PlayStation had stuff for 2 years. Wasn't that Destiny? I believe that was for 2 years. The second time around.
Well, that was just little content like the Jade Rabbit.
Well, see, you say little,
no, it was
right?
a whole strike.
Little,
no,
but
we had a strike. We didn't have.
It matters to me because
hold on, but that's nothing. I know it's a whole strike, but that's nothing compared to Call of Duty multiplayer maps that 360 had all the time. Come on now.
It's the same thing.
Sony got smart. They took that deal.
That was big.
To me, that's the same
y'all can wait on the strike, damn it. Y'all
how you figure there was like certain weapons that you would get out of there that we didn't
it was just
get.
A Jade Rabbit.
No, we didn't have weapons on there. I had to jump on the PlayStation and try like the shotgun, the hand cannon. I'm like, oh, I like these guns. I can't wait for that on the Xbox.
I gotta wait for this Call of Duty map. I was like, okay, I'll get Xbox Live.
Now PlayStation doesn't care about content. They're gonna take a whole goddamn game like KOTOR.
Pretty much.
That's nothing new. That's nothing new.
That's a sore spot. KOTOR, y'all.
Yeah, it is because it used to be on Xbox, so now they're like, ooh, rub it on the wound.
Yeah. Hey, but it's a business. It's a business though, so I get it. I love it. I love the competition. I love the back and forth.
Y'all remember that Sega and Nintendo days?
Yes. We got everything,
Right.
Hey, Xbox have been hurt for quite some time, so I guess at this time of year they're like, oh really? And they're making the right move right now.
Yeah, because now a lot dropping.
Right, because right now a lot of people are not used to it. They're just used to like you ladies, you said. They're so used to the 2013 with the Metric era and all that. And right now, it's a whole different Xbox. Now
I don't think anybody should mention that era.
I don't miss that.
I get so
well, sorry, but his brother works for the competition. You know what I mean? He's doing the same thing.
I don't even need to mention that era. Just sweep it under the
like, it's so long ago.
But it did happen. I'm sorry to say that, but it actually did happen.
I know it was
10 years ago.
That's been 10 years.
It's like we ain't past that yet. Y'all still talking about that? Like, come on. That's why that rant was weird. I'm like, yo, he don't want it. But you get it. Sometimes you get your feels. He spoke about that. You get in your feels. You get. You have. Maybe it's the drought. I don't know what that is, but I thought it was just interesting because
Xbox just has a bad perception for people. To this day, I can still talk to somebody that doesn't game so much, but if I say Xbox, they'll be like, "Oh, didn't they show TV stuff?" Or don't they have DRM? And I'm like, "Why are y'all stuck in the past?" And then I just have to like educate them a little bit, and I'm like, "No, they don't."
Mm-hmm. You
but
can always
actually,
tell when they don't
you
know,
could
they
do
don't
this
understand the history
and you could do that, and then they're like, "Oh, actually, that sounds really
they
cool."
They kind of lost because I will say this: like Microsoft has been doing a great job on marketing versus PlayStation. and even things with the fans, like just trying to keep it, like doing the things that they need to do since they came out with something new. So of course you got Game Pass and just making sure, hey, we have it's kind of like a book club, like for gamers, but you can play these games, and and they remind you to, okay, we're gonna talk about this game, like just doing stuff like that. I love stuff like that. I love community stuff.
Engagement. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, community engagement, and Microsoft is doing a hell of a great job versus Sony on that. Like Sony is.
I wish they really would do more. Like, because
Me too.
Like when I went to E3 Red, like I felt like I could approach the Xbox community, the Xbox devs, the Xbox higher ups. They were approachable. When I went to the Sony side, they're like,
girl, I didn't tell you what to do.
Like you nobody. So
no, let me tell you, sis.
Okay, here the plug. Let's listen.
Go to the Europe side of Sony. They come like, hey, what would you like to say today? I'm like, really?
Yeah.
This is like, they just scanned my badge, and they were so welcoming. Yeah. The Europe, like PlayStation Europe, is fantastic. That's like awesome. Their marketing team is so dope. The US marketing team, y'all need to get y'all ish together. Period. Like period. Y'all really needed to get it together. And y'all need to get it together even on a community standpoint. Like there's so many, for example, just like I was mentioning a remote play on my PS5, why y'all don't talk about that? That's something to talk about. You can even do it on your phone. You could do remote play on your phone, which have been around damn near since PS3.
Right.
Why y'all don't talk about, like, I just don't get it. I'm like, don't get cocky. Like, do not get cocky. And that's why I explain to people, because they're like, oh, please teach you. No, I keep it 100. There's certain things that Microsoft, of course, I have everything anyway, but Microsoft is doing better on a marketing standpoint, and you would have some people because they have to. Okay, cool. And this company needs to too. Just because they're at the top does not mean you do not still engage with your community. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah. So yeah, y'all need to get it together. Yeah. Because Microsoft does a better job at that.
Anything else you all want to add to this topic in regards to like the whole spending and buying acquisitions and whatnot? I gotta get.
If you got the money, spend it. Stop and tell people that ain't got the same money you got. You worry about what the next person pocket is. Because I'm telling you, I look, my pockets ain't big enough to get no kind of acquisition. So all I want is just good stories, good gameplays.
Yes.
And better games. They can keep all that pocket checking to themselves. And I see more and more individuals on the social media tip that always want to emphasize somebody's pockets. But don't be doing that. Then somebody gonna be talking about your pockets, and your pockets may not be as good as the next individual. So let them worry about the games, the companies they want to purchase. Let them focus on the games that they want to develop, and it's up to us as gamers and consumers if we want to spend the money or play the games. Other than that, I'm not pocket checking no multi-million-dollar company.
Lady get a second job. Fired. Play that get you a side hustle if you want to play that other game. You need an Xbox, you need a PlayStation, get you a side hustle, and you get it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta bust your ass to get what you want. If you play it all, you gotta.
They don't got to, y'all. They got xCloud, man. They can play whatever. You know what I'm saying? They got access to it.
You can't get the xCloud.
You got access to it if you want it. Okay, don't stop playing.
You got $15.
Play anywhere.
Your PC can be straight boo boo. You can still play these games. So,
you know what was a cool thing? I'll say like a little thing. From the Tokyo Game Show, when they were showing off the xCloud, they showed a PlayStation controller.
Oh yeah. Nothing wrong with that. It supports the controller.
Nothing wrong with that. Everybody was like, "That's awesome."
Yeah, because it supports all control. Now, come on now.
And honestly, I don't care about like money, business talk. I talk about games because that's what I play.
Right. Yeah. All right, bet. So look, did you all check out TGS this week? It's still going. It's actually still going on, and I think the last day is tomorrow. To be honest,
I didn't get a chance.
Highlights.
I saw it.
I was going to ask y'all about the highlights because I didn't get to check them.
Oh yeah, I was looking at the highlights you shared with me.
I was hoping somebody out of all the people on the panel, nobody So y'all
I looked at the joint you sent me. That's it.
Yeah,
Like,
basically.
I was out for the
when
count.
someone's calling out something, then I'm looking at it. But other than that,
I just saw a couple.
Yeah, we kind of touched on what Microsoft did, but I was more concerned about like Square Enix and
Well, to be honest, and Microsoft for me was the most surprising and the most interesting. It was different because everybody was like doing predictions and stuff like that, and they were like, it's gonna be the same old. They're gonna probably show some games that are talking about stuff we've already seen, and I'm like, oh, true. But when I saw the Xbox stuff, I was like,
and
the Xbox stuff was it was pretty interesting. The Game Pass stuff, the cloud stuff, the fact that they're working with over 200 independent Japanese developers, I was like, this is more interesting than anything else that's happening right now.
Well, so far, like I said, it's still going on from my understanding.
Right.
Still Final Fantasy VII, First Soldier, Battle Royale, mobile game. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's why I'm like uninterested because most of those games are games that I play. So
there was a lot of updates.
If it's not pew pew,
yeah. Expansion pieces, new updates coming later, stuff like that.
Monster Hunter Rise that was on the Switch is coming to PC. That's
nice.
A thing.
Okay, that's
yeah.
good.
They need
Scarlet
to
Nexus is already on Game Pass,
and let's make that one work properly. Okay.
What, the Monster Hunter World?
Yeah, Monster Hunter
that
World.
game is fire.
That's the one that got me into Monster Hunter. Like I don't want to play the 2D.
I have to play that with friends. I can't play.
Yeah, you have to.
Me too.
I
really do.
And then you better hope your friend can connect to you.
Right?
Oh,
we always struggle. We
Right.
struggle to connect to each other to play. It's crazy.
Dungeon Encounter is coming out in 2 weeks.
What's that?
Yeah, but that's
from
Scarlet
Bluepoint.
Nexus is on Game Pass. I can't believe they actually did that.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm loving the Japanese acquisitions that's coming to Xbox. Because it's been kind of struggle-ish to get. I don't know.
All one of them.
But it's dope to see because we haven't seen that since the 360 days. So
yeah, I wonder because they did hint that the Tango Gameworks is working on a new title, and I wonder what that is. I hope it's the Evil Within 3, even though I don't play the game. I hope it is because I know people.
Girl, they might add the cheat codes again. Listen, I don't play scary. I do not play scary games. But they had put cheat codes on their menu joint. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was still scared. But I had infinite ammo. But I was still scared.
I know somebody in our chat once recommended that we put it on easy and then turn the volume down and maybe you can get through.
It didn't work. That's not gonna work.
That don't help me.
I tried that too.
Yeah.
The only scary game I want is Dead Space.
Yeah,
you a whole different.
But you want Dead Space 4 or you want just a remake? Because what I want is Dead Space 4. That's what I want.
Dead Space 1 is my favorite, so I don't mind that they're doing that. They're getting their feet wet, and then they can work on a new one after that. Because that's what Gears did. Coalition did Gears of War Ultimate Edition, and they got their feet wet. They figured out how the game works, and then they made the new ones. So I'm okay with that.
She wanted all, yo. She wanted all.
I guess I'll be looking at your stream.
For like
Dead Space is the first scary game I ever beat.
What game?
Dead Space. It was the first scary game I ever beat all the way through. Yeah.
That part where you flying from that little dome where you flying from one side to the other.
It has no gravity.
Yes.
The
that
zero
was
gravity.
That was so.
I love that.
What is going on?
Yo, the sound on that part is awesome. You can't even hear anything. You have to go like.
Nah.
I played it on PS3 first a little bit, and then I was like, I'm gonna buy this on the 360. And I played it all the way.
You could like chop off the arms, then take out a leg, and then I was just like, this is gross. It just grossed me out. Like I'm out.
It's so good.
I don't like gory stuff.
Good. It's so good.
They're polygons. Just keep it in mind.
I'm gonna try since y'all talking about it so much.
You might want to get wait for the remastered.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the remastered because They
did a screenshot before and after. You got to see that. It looks amazing.
So later, are we doing questions? Otherwise, I'm gonna go into tidbits real quick, just a rundown.
Okay, y'all. I'm gonna we're not gonna do a lot of questions today, and if you got some bootsy ass questions, they're not gonna get read. Get read. I'm letting you guys know.
So As far as tidbits, Capcom intends to make PC its main platform. So I think that's pretty cool. Finally, they're gonna support. I mean, I thought that usually developers they make games on PC, so I thought that was the case in general. But I guess they always consider console number one for them though. So
yeah,
they're pivoting to PC.
Devs always say that.
Genshin Impact has generated $2 billion in this first year. $2 billion.
Yo, I'm surprised, yo.
How?
I mean, you surprised?
How?
I don't play it like that.
But
Genshin
a game like that, I'm not surprised.
That game
I'm
is
really
good.
not
It's a good
surprised.
game.
I'm not surprised
I really
either.
thought Genshin was gonna be like a flop. I'm totally surprised.
Wow, she thought
Yeah,
it was gonna be
$2 billion
Bob
though,
instead of
fam.
a Bob.
That's a B. So
Charisse gonna get you. Where's
Charisse,
Charisse at?
Charisse tried. She couldn't, but
You can't hold it down.
I am proud and for them because they did a game, they put a game out, they put it out on all platforms, and that's how you be successful in a video game.
All platforms except Xbox, but we're gonna talk about that later. It's all good.
You said what?
I said all platforms except Xbox.
Xbox.
So we'll
Okay.
talk about that later. So everything.
Hold on, what? Genshin Impact is not on Xbox?
No. It's on everything else: phone, PC, TV. No, PlayStation. Everything.
No, it is on TV because they got an anime.
Oh god, it's on TV. Well, there you go.
I do have a question
I'll
about
talk to you
that.
about that, but it's whatever.
When is y'all why
Achievement
Genshin
Squad.
Impact is not on Xbox? That's a good
I wonder
question.
why.
You know what? I'm gonna try to find out. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. That's Genshin. Last tidbit, and then I ask you all your tidbits if you got any. Twitch is adding phone verification to chat to try to curb this whole hate raids and whatnot.
So we're not going to talk about the boosting, right? We're not going to talk about that either.
You can add your tidbit. We can elaborate. Go. We can do that. We can pivot. So it's all good. So they're adding the phone verification. Do you think this is going to help the whole hate raid thing that's going on Twitch? Also, the boosting. How you feel about that? Go ahead. Speak on it.
I would say to a certain extent with the phone verification, because your bank account, if you purchase bits on your phone or something like that, you have to pre-authorize just to do it through your phone through Twitch. I might test out that theory to see if it works. On the boosting though, I ain't telling my community to boost me for nothing. Don't spend your extra coins trying to boost my
Cash at me,
to
boss.
the front.
Cash at me, boss. PayPal.
PayPal.
Don't
Yeah. Don't
Like,
even do it.
Yeah, because they
I don't
take
even stream, but that's what I would do.
everything is a percentage taken. Like,
Yeah. So I'm like, no. I don't think it's a good reason because it's the constant issue of not diverse people on the front page of the Twitch site, and it has to change. I feel like if you a partner status and you already making a living wage on Twitch already, I don't need you on the front page. I want people
Facts.
That's
what I miss about Mixer, yo.
Yeah.
Mixer.
Right.
Man, that one hurts.
Yo, I was pissed.
Yeah, I love seeing up and comer streamers.
Yeah, I don't want to see a partner streamer that been down with Twitch since a long time and getting their little paper and they get their little 14,000 viewers on the front page. I don't want to see that because they're going to make their money anyway and they don't need their community to boost them. I want genuine people of diverse races, ethnicities, and colors on there, and they don't have to be 14K viewing. If that's like that visibility is important up there, and it's every time I go stream, I always go on the front page and I always click up the front page, see who in front. And I don't know, that ain't enough Black people, ain't enough Latino people. Don't get me wrong, I'm sorry, cis white males, but that's the majority of the people that be on the front page. So,
Boogie.
all right. Boogie?
Yeah, sorry, I had myself muted from the people. I don't know. I saw a video where someone was basically like, instead of us fixing the problem, we're going to pay you. We're going to have you pay us to half-ass fix the problem. Like, I don't know. I'm like, and I don't like how Amazon is also separating themselves from Twitch as if Twitch is their own entity, but then y'all want to make sure y'all have Twitch Prime and all this other shit integrated into Twitch. So now when shit is like not looking good for them, then they want to be like, oh, well, they do their own thing. So I don't know. I feel like they, you know, the salty business practices need to end.
Okay.
I think that the phone verification is only going to help a little bit, like Lady said, to a certain extent. It will help, but there's still going to be issues. There's still people are still going to find a way.
The people who are doing it obviously have access to people who are able to code or are great coders themselves. So I don't think that this is going to do that much, because there are programs for you to set up dummy numbers to do those phone verifications
right.
with.
You can work around it.
So there's a workaround.
Even if it's an extra step for them or whatever, eventually you're gonna see that stuff pop up again.
People can go through burner phones and make an account.
That's really
you can do it online. You can do it on apps. Yep.
They don't gotta do that though, to be honest.
You don't even need the physical phone.
You don't even need that. It's like literally a window on your computer.
I mean, you got Google Voice. You can do a fake email account.
You can't do Google Voice. You can't do voice over IP numbers.
Oh, they changed.
You can't.
Okay. Bet. Then so hey, I stand corrected. I thought that you can get a phone number assigned to your email through, because I know I have it. I have a Google Voice with the phone number and all that.
Yeah, it won't let you.
Okay, so if you try to put in a Google Voice phone number, you saying it
didn't work.
Gotcha.
It didn't work for me.
Gotcha. Okay.
It didn't work for me at all.
I mean, I guess it's a good thing, because then they're gonna take legit numbers from a cell tower, and then that's just all it is to it.
Yeah,
that's what's up. Cool. So what's any other tidbits? Y'all got any shows y'all watching? Anything on that y'all want to recommend to the community?
Squid Game.
Everybody keeps saying to watch this show, yo.
What is this?
I never got the chance to finish it.
Squid Game is about a show about these people with money problems and what they willing to do to get some paper.
Yep.
Okay, bet.
Wow, for real?
Well, very extreme. They go to the extreme.
I got some.
Go ahead, Lady Foxfire.
No, I was gonna say, if you're done, I'll go.
No, go ahead.
All right, you guys remember Tunic?
Yes.
Well, they have a new demo on PC on Steam. You guys can download and play that now.
Oh, nice.
They so far they've done like 3 different demos. They did one on PC last year. They did a new one on Xbox E3 or Gamescom, I can't recall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then now they have another one on PC.
And is the demo different? Is it the same demo?
Yeah, from what I hear, they're saying that's different. Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, wow.
I haven't tried it yet, but I haven't.
Loved it. I love the one that they had. They released.
What is it called again?
Tunic.
It's called Tunic.
The Fox Zelda looking game,
Fox looking. Yeah, that's it.
Zelda. Yeah.
Foxy Zelda.
Foxy Zelda.
Where's the release date?
Absolutely. It's like rogue. It's like a roguelike, but I mean, it's just a gorgeous.
It's a mixture of things, but it's just so beautiful, and I can't wait till it actually comes out. But so it's one dev, and he's doing the best he can. So we'll see it soon, hopefully.
I'll check it out. Thank you for
that's on Steam.
I'm still trying to get through Kena Bridge of Secrets, man.
Oh, I want to try that next.
I gotta finally play that. I
like it. It's gorgeous. I mean, it's a beautiful game. I like the gameplay too. A lot of people rag on the gameplay, but I like that old school action adventure stuff. I grew up on that, so for me, it's really appealing. And the combat gets so much better once you get your second weapon. It's just like, yo, let's go.
It looks like Tomb Raider mixed with maybe a little bit of Souls, like a little bit, but hopefully not that hard.
It's hard too. It's not an easy game. People,
dang.
It's got some. You gotta be good. Though. Like you gotta know how to use your right.
It look like it has some Pikmin mixed in there a little bit.
Yeah, because you got these little minions that you use to help you, defeat enemies and also claim territory. Is what I like to call it.
How's the puzzles on there?
It's easy. Because I haven't had one. I haven't had one to answer that.
That's all I need to know.
I had to really think about it, because to me, it's not really. They're not puzzles. They're like just ways to open the next door. They don't. They don't feel like, I gotta solve this before I can proceed. It's more like
okay.
It's progressive. Like I feel like I'm literally just like playing a story and able to easily go through that story in order to consume everything.
Yeah, I'm
I think it's
interested.
really well done, especially for them this to be their first game. I'm like, yo, how long did they make this? How long it took them to make this game? Because to me, it has just that level of polish that I appreciate.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
From titles like that. You know what I mean? From the facial animations to, you know, the environment, and then using your minions and how they react to every little thing you get in the water. They're floating and doing like somersaults in the water, and like it's
They
just
were,
super cute. It's super
Animators
cute.
originally, though, right?
Yeah, the original. Yeah, they were movie animators, I think, or doing.
I believe
like,
so.
Film,
and then now they're just
TV.
focusing on games. That's really
Yeah,
nice.
they were animators. Yep.
Animators, yeah, and so, but I'm enjoying that game. It takes a while, you know, because it's like first it feels kind of basic, like you just go in and you know you have your staff, you just kind of going through. Okay, basic. I hit the.
And then it rounds up.
It ramps up. The story starts coming to life. You start, you know, learning about these masks, and you learning about the world. I'm enjoying it, and that's been getting my time.
I have one more tidbit. If you guys have a chance, or if you're interested at all, check out the new accessibility features on Xbox.
Oh,
I have
I
links
read that last
to
night.
all that stuff on my
That's
Twitter
good.
if you're interested.
Shout out to Cerebral Paul because he was there.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
he was
what-
part of it. He was part of the videos
Yeah,
and stuff.
He's
All right,
one of
any-
the. Sorry.
Go ahead.
What's up?
No, because I was gonna say he's one of the Good Morning Xbox panel member that we do.
Good morning, Xbox. Okay.
Right, and he was also a tester for the accessibility
Yep.
stuff. So yes.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So, is there any other tidbits, and otherwise we'll jump into the questions that we can.
No, I don't have any more.
Okay. All right. So we got questions. What's one of the questions, ladies?
We got a few. Other Zinc, are you ladies gonna have guests next week asking for a friend? You're asking for yourself, and the answer is no. We do not have a guest scheduled next week.
Oh, that's right.
Okay. Will, I'm saying Will. His name is not Will. It's Rangy 4. Question: will stores be like WWE Royal Rumble this holiday when the Series X and the Series X and the PS5 restock?
Yeah.
Not me. I'm too old for that.
They gonna
I'm too
be
old
the
for that.
line. Y'all know y'all saw the line when they had the little tiny bit of stock this past week.
Yeah.
Like, it was ridiculous. I'm like, these people know
Oh,
always
yeah.
aren't gonna get a console. They probably got like 6, and they got a line of
I
like
can't
200
go
people.
through that.
Yeah,
Me
they only have
neither.
a limited amount.
Right. So it's
Yeah,
like I'm not getting in line for. I'll wait for the next wave. Off that.
I remember just picking up the first wave,
Yeah.
and I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That was enough for me.
I was like, try something if you want to. So like, yo, as
Did you get the escort to the car? Like, look, could you walk me to my car? 'Cause
it was a whole bunch of us. So like, try something if you want to, because might
I
not
got
make
that thing on me. You don't want to see it.
You might
I'm
not
just saying
make
it for
it.
you. I'm just saying it for you.
I'm just saying. Yeah, because some people was getting a little crazy, and I'm like, listen,
You're not gonna
it's
rob
a
me.
game console. Like, relax. You know.
They were like, well, that game cost was like 1,000 and something. No,
Yeah.
I'm
Oh my
like,
God.
That's exactly how it was.
But
but it's not worth your life.
All right, next. It sure ain't. Next question from Eltuck. Do you hear that they're going to start taxing cash apps after you receive a certain amount a year? Hell yeah.
yeah,
no.
they gotta try to get theirs. Come on, man. It's only
got-
a matter of time.
Like
Only a matter of
before-
time.
If you made a certain amount, like it was from my tax people, it was like under a rack. If it's under a rack, it shouldn't be a problem. But
Right.
now they talking about if you making over 6, they gonna look at your stuff, and it's okay because y'all can send me. I'm gonna give you a PO box, and y'all can send me all the love from the PO box. I just think that as a content creator and a streamer, this is what you have to do, and you cannot pay your taxes. You cannot pay your taxes.
Yeah.
So
Have to.
you have to just implement that when you file for your taxes when tax year come around. And also, I'm telling you what Delilah told me. If you buying anything towards your gaming setup, towards your streaming, use it as a tax deductible when you do your taxes, so it can even
Well,
the
we
playing
can do that
field
because
out.
we are LLC. We could do that. You can't just say that to general people, you know?
No, but not general people. But if I'm talking general people, like I'm talking about me as a person that's a streamer, that's a content creator, that that has a, you know, that part own an LLC. You have to be on your P's and Q's, and not only that you have to pay your taxes accordingly, but we gonna make sure we tax deduct everything so it don't really hurt our pockets at the end of it all.
That's true. Yeah.
But this is America. You can't even hide money now. You really got a shoebox between the mattress type of money to save up. So they don't want to touch, if you don't want nobody to touch it, because apparently, as far as you have an online app that has money in there and you have a certain amount, they are going to look into it. Bank accounts, PayPal, Cash App. Over $600.
I think we got one more question.
We do. Let me check.
I think
Abacab.
We got a. Well, yeah, you're right. That's the one.
That's Abacab.
Yep, Abacab.
A question: with the success of Kena being made by a Black-owned studio, and with Psychonauts 2, art director is a Black woman, do you think it's getting better for Black people in development? Yes.
Yes.
I think it's
more.
Only time.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
And more education opportunities that's out there. There's a whole bunch of coding camps. There's all kind of programming. Like, since there's so many different educational like platforms now, and even like just learning on your own, people from on YouTube just teaching things, it's going to be a lot of more opportunities out there for sure that people was closed, you know, from having that. So you're going to see a lot more of us making stuff.
And I think it helps that, you know, gaming is being, you know, in recent history more socially accepted too, because I think that was that's a big thing in the especially in the African American community, is, you know, games being associated with immaturity and being lazy. So with the social acceptance of gaming and people becoming, you know, millionaires overnight with the successes of some of these titles and with streaming, you know, it changes things. It puts things into perspective.
Little by little.
Yeah.
Go in there and stream instead of going. That's what you're going to start hearing.
I'm just saying,
you know, from parents, like make sure that homework.
Make sure that lighting right. Make sure you got that lighting
right. So I mean, it's cool if parents is able to be involved, in which they're supposed to, and get education. Is more education being thrown out there for parents to understand what their kids is actually into, and it's great when parents are able to take that opportunity to learn what their kids is into and what they want to be a part of. So it's another bonding moment too. So
let me ask you something now that you're mentioning that. What will you say to parents that have that mentality, that believes, we're talking about from early age to pretty much adulthood and all that. What will you say to parents that have that mentality that games are for kids?
Oh, that games are just for kids and not for adults at all?
Yeah, because remember, you, like you say, you know, parents needs to be like with their kids and support them if they play and all that. But you know that there's always a boundary that they say, okay, he's old. You know what? That's for kids. It's like there's always a boundary.
Sure. Well, like video games is a part of Steam, you know, a part of STEM. And right now, that's what you see. I love that I see STEAM and STEM, you know, those acronyms thrown around a lot right now in the educational field. I speak to, you know, like I even had to explain to my mom what I do, you know, like exactly what I do. And her, and like we always say with our parents, you know, they're never going to see. It was hard. Like we did not see eye to eye on it at all. Of course, my mom wanted more of the traditional routes of stuff. You know, our parents want to see us flourish and do better than them. You know, that's always the case. And especially from their backgrounds or maybe where they come from, they definitely is hard on us to make sure that we don't have to struggle the way they did for us.
Right.
So what I tell parents is, you know, video games is a part of science, you know, and if your child have any knack for video games and may have a knack for something else too, they can make that into a career. You know, it just doesn't stop as a child and you like, oh, that's something so trivial, that's something for just children. It's not. It helps them with a lot of things. Just like what y'all was saying, it helped y'all learn English. You know, it helped some other families bond together. You know, they'll sit down and bond and play Nintendo. You know, in a Hispanic household, everything is Nintendo.
Or help you create gray hairs when you play Sekiro when it's hard.
But see, that's a whole different aspect. But even communication, communicational skills, it helps a lot of students on different things. And then growing up, they're able to have careers in this stuff, in science. They could be a computer scientist. Yeah. So they could be an engineer. So it doesn't just stop with the fun part of it. They could be on the back end and create with it as well.
And create the art, create the music.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yes.
They could create all of that stuff. So it just doesn't just stop with the controller. You know, it goes beyond the controller. It goes beyond just the system as a whole. And they could get help. It's the number one industry in the world, yet it's the most infant one. So there's a lot to grow in it, and it's a damn sure great opportunity for us as Black and Hispanics to be in that industry. You know, it's something that we've been a part of and then was out of it. And then, so it's time to come back to science, you know, with STEAM with it. So I always tell parents that all the time, or even speaking to students when I speak at different high schools and stuff. So, but yeah, it's not just for kids.
Yeah, one thing I would add to what I would tell a parent is I would introduce them to Make Code. You know what I mean? It's basically a game development platform for kids, for them to learn how to make games for Minecraft or little plugins for Minecraft or any other type of device that they want to put a game on. You know, it's Make Code, it's drag and drop coder basically. I would tell them to check that out because it's like, okay, you can really, like as Red was describing, you can really take the gaming part of it and gamify the coding part and create something that could be, you know, revolutionary one day. You just never know. And kids have some of the best ideas and the imaginations. And I mean,
stuff I've seen on Roblox alone, I'm like,
right.
And even when we were playing, you know, with Little Big Planet, some of the stuff I've seen with Little Big Planet and in Dreams, I'm like, we have things right at our fingertips right now that your kids can utilize. When we were growing up, we was trying to figure out, so I got to download Unity, and like, it was just,
it was
like,
harder.
It was harder. It wasn't, you know, you had to get this book, something for dummies, and like, it was just too much. It's like, but it's more of a hands-on thing. And now kids have that opportunity to have it as a hands-on thing. And even adults, you know, it's not just kids that maybe want to start a career in it. It could be an adult too. Like, there's so many different platforms now to make games, to be a voice actor, a voice actress. You can
have great discussions about some of these games and the storylines that they have. Very adult compared to like in the past.
Yeah. For sure. You know, mocap actors and actors. There's just so much stuff to do in the gaming industry. It just doesn't stop with always playing. You need doctors, you need lawyers in it. So it all can mix with it.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
I don't think we have any more questions.
Awesome. Okay, so cool. This is the outro then, y'all. We're gonna wrap it up. Thank you everyone for rocking out with us. We appreciate y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and say my stuff so I can kind of be out of the way. But this is your girl Jalal HD, aka Miss Underestimated, aka Always Give But Don't Get. And
sorry, what was that?
Always give but don't get. Always give but don't get. You know, I give a lot, don't get anything, whatever. But thank everybody for rocking out there with us. We appreciate it. Again. I need a gift, man.
I'm like, wait a minute, y'all don't be giving my.
I tried to plug that in. I tried to plug it in real quick. Red the only one caught it, but it's fine. It's all right. Good. But thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. It was a lot of fun. You know what I'm saying? A lot of fun. You know. Thanks, chat, for rocking with us every weekend, man. We do appreciate it. Thanks for just supporting us, you know. And to the panel, we appreciate y'all. You can follow me on _HD on Twitter, and I'll be here next weekend. And so go ahead, Foxy. Where can the people find you?
You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, making that content. But ultimately, the link that I would say share in the description for me, please, would be LadyFoxFire.com. That has all my links to everything. Even has a Spotify playlist that I jam out to when I play. It has Twitch. It has all the good stuff. So even have Foxy Deals on there. So check it out when you guys have a chance. And follow me, check out the videos. And it was really nice being on here. It was nice being back. It was nice chatting with you ladies and gentlemen. Everybody in the chat.
Thank you.
Everybody in the chat is awesome. Shout out to Hunter and Tim. I love you both.
Yeah, I look forward to your you're doing the whole little thing this week, right? Yeah, show hopping. Okay.
All right, I gotta tune in.
Yeah. Hashtag was it Foxy Tour, podcast tour?
Something like
Yeah,
that.
Foxy podcast tour.
Yeah, Foxy podcast tour.
I'll be around. Y'all see me.
Yeah.
Foxy floater.
Mm-hmm. All right, Red, where can the people find you?
Say that again.
I said, all right, Red, where can the people find you?
Oh, everything is REDINFAMY across the board. I don't know why I went closer to my mic to hear, but
No, I said that real fast. So. When I'm nervous, I speak quickly. I don't know what that's about, but
you speak quick anyway. I remember when I first met you, I was like, I thought us New Yorkers speak fast, but okay.
Half my family's from New York, and then half from New York. I got a weird mix.
Okay, I feel you. But yeah, everything is REDINFAMY across the board. Still working on geekgametight.com, but YouTube, streaming on there. I usually kind of dual stream on YouTube and Twitch. Also, you can find me on 2 podcasts. I do a podcast with Afropunk now. We do it every Wednesday. And what else? The E for Life podcast. We're switching it from Sundays to Mondays now. So that podcast is all about entrepreneurship, different business things we'll tap into, all revolving around the gaming industry as well. And we have some really interesting guests every week. And then I got to start back up Hidden Code. Delilah, I got to get you on there for Hidden Code, Code and uncovering Black women in esports. So definitely want to start that back up.
Say when. Just say when. Let me.
Yes.
I'm down.
So Hidden Code, for nobody that knows, for Black, showcasing Black, Hispanic, and Native, either from developers or innovators in the space, and just showing that we exist and that we do create and we do have some dope things that's going on in the industry, and everyone should know about it.
Yeah, shout out to Windows 11. Shout out to Windows 11. Go ahead.
Yes.
See, but yeah.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
I'm checking out for this Amazon grocery delivery, and they don't drop it off in front of somebody else's house that ain't my house. So I'm sorry about that.
Oh no!
I want tacos today. Y'all, they tripping. Anyway,
somebody get Lady her tacos, okay?
Somebody.
I just want to say shout out to the panel. Y'all are truly lovely individuals. It's so laid back and comfortable talking with you guys, and
yes.
It's so much love. I appreciate it. The chat, thank you for being on your best behavior today, because some of y'all could be off the wall. So y'all, when we got company over, I appreciate the chat always being on their best behavior. You can hit up CHAREECE on her Twitter, and you can hit up CHAREECE on her Twitch, both of the same name. You can also hit up LBOOGIE 208 on Twitter. Same how it is on Twitter.
We go 2-8 on everything.
On everything. Yeah. And we probably will try to do a scary game this month on the GWG channel as a stream.
What is Delilah playing though?
Oh, yes, she is. What we playing? What's that one? The Sus game? What's the Sus game? Among Us?
We're not doing this again. We're not doing this again.
We're doing it again.
Among Us is fun.
It's not scary. Alan Wake is scarier than that.
I'll play Among Us, but don't talk about no Resident Evil or no. We ain't doing that.
Okay. And as for me,
no bets either. I'm done with that too.
No, I'm done with that too. I'm done.
Chips?
Nah.
No more chip bets.
No chip.
We ain't doing that.
Carrot sticks bets or something, veggie salad bets or something, but nah.
We trying to get right.
That's it.
We trying to get right in time for E3 2022. What you mean?
Yes.
You can check me out on Twitch, Lady_Infamous415. We're gonna do some.
Wait, y'all decided on Among Us already?
Man, you already know. Look.
Jump in that private chat real quick.
Y'all killing me. Y'all killing me.
Y'all, we gonna play some Destiny today. We're not playing no more Halo, no more till.
What happened? Because I only got one match in.
No, you should. If you haven't played it, before, you should play this weekend since it's the last weekend.
That's the last one.
It was awesome.
As for me, since I played all the weekends, I ain't playing it no more after yesterday.
I don't want to spoil it.
The aiming is off to like.
Oh yeah, like so when you jump in, like I had this issue. I already reported it and everything. You have to when you jump into the game, like you have to immediately go into the settings and go to default, and then reset your controller. Because otherwise it'll get like it start like you get like a little bit of a drift and or you won't be able to switch your gun. Like you won't be able to switch.
That happened to me before.
Yeah.
Is that on console or on PC?
That was on console. I played on console.
Okay.
But that happened to me on PC though. Like it's drifting and I can't shoot correctly. I felt like a bum. So I couldn't I know I played Halo.
Sure because of that, or you have a bad aiming? No,
I'm good with the aim. I'm even good with the aim in real life. Okay, I'm good.
Oh, let him know.
She said real life.
Let him know.
I'll show you the receipts at the range.
Correct you real quick.
Show you the range receipt.
But I had a blast. I had a blast today. I really did.
Bet. So yeah, man. El Shaddai. Eternal. What's your name? It's Shaddai. There you go.
Eternal Shaddai.
Eternal Shaddai.
I know. No, actually, it was a great pleasure to actually talk to Foxy. Finally with Delilah. Ladies almost every day. Well, I'm gonna say every day, but sometimes she jumps into the Call of Duty with me and Stitch. And Boogie
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what?
Used to.
You play Call of Duty.
You used to play Call of Duty.
Yes, I have my reasons why I'm not back. There's my reasons. But when the opportunity appears or presents itself, you pop. So,
Well, I suggest you play Rogue Company, Destiny 2, and Halo.
No.
Right.
Destiny. I retired from Destiny.
Check her receipts. Should have got no car.
How you gonna retire from Destiny and a whole expansion about to come out?
I'll tell you why. Because I expected Destiny to be
man.
like Warframe when it comes to content, not recycled areas from Destiny 1. Okay. I don't need to go back to the moon and just because I open one open area and it'll charge you extra for that. No, thank you.
So hold on, Ray. What's your power level?
I gotta go on there and see, sis. It's not 1300 yet though.
Well, I'm in the same boat. I done kind of retired. That's why, like when she
it's like 1290 or 1289.
Well,
I need help.
It's Iron Bananas this weekend, and you can do your pinnacles. Yes, again.
So you can Iron Bananas.
I need pinnacle gear.
Well, there you go. Go to Crucible and do your thing.
Yeah, I'm tired. I don't.
That's fine.
We gotta grind for Witch Queen.
You sound like Boogie. I don't want to grind for Witch Queen.
We gotta grind for Witch Queen, damn it.
I am.
We gotta save the universe that nobody cares about anyway.
Oh damn!
Wow,
that's cold.
Hey,
it's cold blooded.
We gotta save it.
It's all good. All right, y'all. That's the show. We'll catch y'all
over 2 hours. One time.
Yeah. All right.
Wow, that's a surprise. I thought we were gonna do like 1 hour. I was like, oh, but we kept talking. I like it.
Yeah, when the panels is big, it's hard. It's hard to do it.
The subjects were. I knew it was gonna last.